dive into tonight's reading to support all of you in your passage through the Lion's Gate. Here we go. We, the Hathors, deep love mother's milk, birth as a portal. Birth is a portal that ushers in new life. The Hathors are here to remind you that you're a child of the cosmic mother, and you're being called to be held by her deep, never-ending love and embrace. This is a tender, nourishing card, reminding you to receive deep love of the mother's embrace. The Hathors, whether you're a friend or you tripped over this after today, this is for you. If you're struggling in any way, you're being reassured that things will work out. Open yourself to receiving the overflowing love of the cosmic mother, flooding toward you from every direction. Let it stretch your heart. Wow. Another very potent card here. Lifting the veil. Lifting the veil. Questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Ooh, yes. Feeling that Ganesh energy right here through this card. Things aren't always as they seem. This era is one of uncovering mistruths so we can remember ancient truths. Everything is in a state of recall and realignment. Anything that isn't in harmony with the planet will not survive. Hello friends, welcome to day 8 of my 30-day video blogging challenge. Gosh, first of all, welcome to 8/8/23. The Lion's Gate portal is open and ready for whatever desires, goals, things that you want to achieve. Now is the time to shed away the skin of the past. Allow yourself to visualize what it is that you want and just do your best and forget the rest. And keep intending on that. So, a couple of interesting life updates. As y'all know, I've been sharing a little bit about finding the ideal spot for housing, and I might have been able to find that today. So that feels really good, and it checks off the 3 major check boxes that I have. One is that it's got to be close to work. So this spot's just a few miles away. Amazing. Secondly, is that it's got to be under a certain amount, under at least 1,100, or under a certain amount that I've set, which I may not necessarily disclose here, but that allows me to save a certain amount every month, like a decent amount every month, so I can plan for some future goals that I've got cooking in the fires. I'll probably reveal more of those goals as we get to the end of this 30-day challenge. But right now, that was a checkbox. And then third, checkbox that, of course, it's got to be buddy friendly. So this spot checks off all those boxes after a lot of different swings and reaching out to a lot of different people. Thank you all for those who have known about this and have been actively praying for me. So appreciate it. I also have realized the value of consistency, completion, and most of all, doesn't rhyme with C, but prayer. So thank you all. Greatly appreciate it. Another wild update is 2 updates, friends, that I'll share with you here, is that I just registered for the Sterling Weekend. So for those of you who are not familiar with the Sterling Weekend, they have these 2, it's an institute apparently that's been around for a while, started by Mr. Justin Sterling, who is now in his 70s, and they have weekend programs for men and for women. And I'll drop the links in the description for any of you who want to learn more about it, but check the links in the description. And no, there's no commission or anything. And what was wild is it's a bit outside of my budget at the moment. And an amazing fellow mentor from the Young Men's Ultimate Weekend is totally willing to support me in that. We worked out a whole plan. What happens when you ask for support, come from the heart, and trust that some level of support will arise. And if it doesn't, you just keep on going. And secondly, several months ago, I had seen a program around positive intelligence, positiveintelligence.com. I'll put that link in the description as well. The founder of it, Shirzad, I always forget his last name. He has founded several companies, He's a big time kind of coach and data-driven type of coach. And also, from my understanding, is also likes to weave in technology, low tech, in a way that creates community. He had all these scholarships for up to a certain number of people based on your application data they were willing to sponsor. So I filled it out. As maybe you may have seen from one of my earlier, from the 5 waves, I think it was in the last video log or the one prior to it, but the 5 waves, 5th being intuition, and just following the call. I applied, and surprisingly, a week later, I was accepted. Tonight was our second pod call. It was me and 2 other people, and it's all about what do you want to create in the next 6 weeks. So we've got a lot of great support, and wish me luck. Thank you again for all your prayers. All right, enough about me. Let's dive into tonight's reading. To support all of you in your passage through the Lion's Gate. All right, here we go. We, the Hathors, deep love mother's milk, birth as a portal. Birth is a portal that ushers in new life. The Hathors are here to remind you that you're a child of the cosmic mother, and you're being called to be held by her deep, never-ending love and embrace. This is a tender, nourishing card, reminding you to receive deep love of the mother's embrace. The Hathors know that the journey on Earth can be rocky and lonely at times. Anyone feel that? But you're being reminded to rest more deeply in the mother's arms. This is a card of extreme potency, of femininity, of creation, and of birth. You're being called to mother yourself and others, to surrender to your sacred femininity, to create and surrender to your own creations, to hold and be held. Did we talk about mother wounding in the last vlog, which is all around, or mother wound or femininity is all around? S&P 500, safety and permission. Look at that. These are the deeper layers and nuances of that. You're being called to remember your place in the web of life and to realize that the cosmic mother is watching you every step of the way. You may be going through a transition right now. Hello, Lion's Gate. Moving from one way of being to another. If so, you're being reminded that you're cradled in a sacred container, that you're more held than you can possibly imagine, and have access to more love than your heart can bear. This is for you if you're watching. However way you tripped over this, whether you're a friend or you tripped over this after today, this is for you. If you're struggling in any way, you're being reassured that things will work out. Open yourself to receiving the overflowing love of the cosmic mother, flooding toward you from every direction. Let it stretch your heart. Wow, starseed activation. And you can visualize this if you're watching on your end. Place the card on the portal of your heart and whisper the following. I allow the deep love of the cosmic mother to wash over me. I'm loved, I'm held. Wow, beautiful card, huh? Next, we're gonna go. Now this stacks on, falling card stacks onto this one. Another very potent card here, lifting the veil. Lifting the veil, questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. Ooh, yes. Feeling that Ganesh energy right here through this card. Things aren't always as they seem. This era is one of uncovering mistruths so we can remember ancient truths. Everything is in a state of recall and realignment. Anything that isn't in harmony with the planet will not survive. This goes for society and the world at large, as well as in our own lives. If you pull this card, you're being called to energetically scan your life for things that may no longer be a vibrational match for who you are and how you've grown. To dismantle the systems and ways of being that once served you and others but no longer do. Some starseeds are here to lift the veil between the seen and the unseen worlds, to shine a light on things that are inauthentic or unaligned with the survival and well-being of Earth. To stand for and protect those who don't have a voice. To look deeper and question everything that previous generations did not. This is for you if you're watching this. Some starseeds cannot tolerate things that aren't congruent. They're here to bring society and humanity back into harmony with the planet and the Creator at large. If we tolerate things in our life that aren't aligned and congruent with it, we add to the misalignment of the planet. You're being called to trust yourself, notice what's out of alignment, and then take the baby steps required to bring it back into harmony. This is no easy feat, but it's so worthwhile, both individually and for the planet. Starseed Soul Inquiry. What isn't congruent in your life? How are you being called to bring it into harmony? Wow, such a beautiful compilation of cards. For me, what I'm getting from these two messages is to continue being on the path that I'm on, is to keep scratching off the things that aren't aligned. And we've been calling in the meditations of Ganesh recently, and so I feel called to share that. But this is really what I'm getting, is that things that are not aligned with your and mine visions, values, and the ways that we want, the style with which we want to live our lives, our lifestyles, it's got to go. Not meant to be here. So let's make those lists and scratch those things off that don't align, and let's focus on those few things that really do. It's incredible what a difference that focus can make, even for a short period of time. So with that, I'd love to call in prayer of Ganesh. It's a consciousness that brings us into our regal desire. You gotta name it to tame it so you can claim it. My cheeky saying. And I'd invite all of you to take a deep breath in, gently close your eyes, rest your hands in a comfortable position, take a deep breath in, and allow the vibrations to move through you. Thank you for staying to the end and following along my journey. Peace and love. Thank you. And may your Lionsgate portal passage be incredibly successful, happy, healthy, and holy. Peace and love.